Welcome to the weekly heads up for New Zealand business from DAA Business Consultants and Chartered Accountants.
Inland Revenue have reduced the charges for use of money by about half a percent or that sort of area.
Within a decimal point of 0.5%, Rob, yes. They review this periodically, and so they should. They try and keep up with market rates, but they usually... Actually, I suppose I'd have to say that if you have to have this use of money interest, they do keep reasonably close to where the market is. Given the circumstances, the current rates is about 8.8 or 8.9%, and they've dropped it down to, from today, they're dropping it down to 8.4 if I remember correctly. Now, given the risk factors and all the rest of it, that's probably an okay rate. My question always has been, its use of money interest is a pet hate of mine, and so I've always asked, why is this necessary? Because it does add up to a huge cost for a defaulting taxpayer.
Can we just reiterate exactly what it is and where it works?
Yes, good point. What happens is that if any taxpayer owes Inland Revenue fairly much anything, be it GST, be it income tax, and they're overdue in making a payment on that, then this use of money interest will apply. Now,
there's more than just a late fee, though.
Oh, yes. There's late payment penalties, which are additional to the use of money interest. So owing Inland Revenue anything and not paying is not a good idea. They are going to crucify you with their penalties. They really are. We've seen instances where a $10,000 debt, by the time they've added their late payment penalties plus their use of money interest on the top of it, get to 3 times that, $30,000 over a 5-year period.
Because it compounds.
It compounds. And the penalties are applied every month. The use of money interest is ticking over on a daily basis. So owing Inland Revenue something is not a good idea.
What if you owe them? I mean, if they owe you, I should say.
Well, if you have to have use of money interest, that is my question, but if you have to have it, I give Inland Revenue a little bit of credit because they will pay you. However,
8.5%?
No, 1.5% or thereabouts. Serious difference in what you pay them if you're overdue compared to what they will pay you if you pay too much.
Neville, if somebody miscalculates what they owe and they think that they've paid the appropriate amount, but they haven't and it's a bit short.
Tough.
In a word.
Sorry, that's how it works. There's the Commissioner has no real discretion written into the legislation, so and their computers are programmed accordingly. It's all untouched by human hand. The assessments, the statements come out with this money accumulating. And when I say the statements come out, there's a point about that in the revenue's jargon, a defaulting taxpayer needs to be aware of, and that is that they don't actually necessarily mail these statements out to the defaulting taxpayer. If you're late in paying them, they're not going to send you a reminder. They're just going to be adding on to the total they think you've got to pay, this use of money interest and these late payment penalties.
Take-home message then is never owe them any money.
Oh yes, absolutely. If it's due to be paid, pay it on time or before. If you're late, a day late is enough. As I said, it's all programmed into the computer. If the receipt doesn't go in against your account by the due date, the next day the penalty's already sitting there.
Ooh. So obviously also keep in very close touch with DAA.